The sound was worse than glass breaking. It was wood screaming, oak and maple, and 30 years of his father's hands splitting in half. Prince watched his purple cloud guitar, the one instrument on earth that carried his father's ghost, hit the concrete floor of the U.S. Festival backstage area. The neck snapped clean. String tension yanked the bridge loose. Pieces scattered like shrapnel across the floor. 85,000 people waited outside, their voices already chanting his name through concrete walls. Showtime, 23 minutes, and the only guitar that could play Purple Rain just died in Carlos Santana's hands. Prince stood frozen, not breathing, not blinking. His brain rejected what his eyes showed him. That guitar had survived 30 years, 10,000 shows, a childhood of poverty, his father's death. It had never been dropped, never been damaged, never been touched by anyone except two people in the entire world, until 17 minutes ago when Carlos Santana asked to hold it, and Prince, wanting to show respect to a legend he'd worshipped since childhood, handed over the one thing he should have protected with his life. Santana's face had gone white, pure terror. The guitar slipped from his hands during a simple turn, a moment of distraction, 1 second of carelessness, and now the most sacred object in Prince's life lay in pieces on backstage concrete while 85,000 people screamed for a show he couldn't give them. "I'm sorry," Santana's voice cracked. "Prince, oh God, I'm so sorry." But Prince didn't hear him. He heard something else, a memory from 1972. His father's voice, quiet but certain. "This is yours now, son. Protect it like I protected you." And he'd failed. He'd handed his father to a stranger and watched him die. Again, Minneapolis, winter 1972. 14-year-old Prince watched his father disassemble a jazz guitar that had fed their family for decades. "Why are you breaking it?" Prince asked. John Nelson's hands moved with surgical precision. "I'm not breaking it. I'm teaching you. Every musician needs to build their own weapon." He pushed the components toward Prince. "These parts are mine, my history. Now you finish it. Put your spirit inside." For 6 months, Prince rebuilt that guitar, sanded wood until his fingers bled, rewired pickups, adjusted intonation. When he finished, his father played one chord, then set it down. His eyes were wet. "It's not mine anymore," John Nelson said. "It's yours. Protect it like I protected you." Prince never understood, not until 13 years later, watching cancer steal his father's last breath. His father's final words, "The guitar remembers, son. When I'm gone, play it. I'll hear you." And Prince did. Every show, every moment he needed his father's presence. That purple cloud guitar wasn't an instrument. It was a conversation across death, the only thing left that knew both their souls, until Carlos Santana dropped it on concrete backstage at the U.S. Festival. The invitation came January 1987. U.S. Festival, 85,000 capacity. Santana specifically requested Prince share the bill. Prince's manager brought the contract to Paisley Park. Co-headline, "You close the main stage." Prince thought about his father's record collection. How many Santana albums lived in that apartment? How John Nelson would play Black Magic Woman, explaining the tone, the soul in every note. "Tell them yes," Prince said, "but I'm bringing the purple cloud." "Prince, you never tour with that guitar. Too valuable." "My father needs to see this crowd." It wasn't logical, but grief doesn't follow logic. Prince needed his father to witness him on stage with Carlos Santana, the man whose guitar work had soundtracked John Nelson's life. The U.S. Festival, May 1987. Backstage, 5:37 p.m. Prince held the purple cloud guitar like a talisman. Outside, 85,000 voices rising. Someone knocked. "Santana wants to say hi." Carlos Santana sat alone, eyes closed in meditation. He opened them, smiled. "Brother, it's an honor." They embraced. "The guitar work on Purple Rain," Santana said. "Volcanic. Where'd you learn to make an instrument weep like that?" Prince's throat tightened. "My father taught me that guitars have memories." Santana's eyes lit up. "Most players think it's just tools, but we know. The instrument is alive." He paused. "Can I see your guitar? The purple one?" Every instinct said no, but this was Carlos Santana. This was respect. "Yeah, come on." They walked to Prince's dressing room. Prince lifted the purple cloud from its stand with the reverence of lifting something holy, handed it to Santana. Santana held it like he was holding a newborn. His fingers traced the wood grain, the custom pickups, the modifications Prince had made. Brother, this is sacred. I can feel it. Your father's in here, isn't he? Prince nodded, unable to speak. Let me play one. That's when it happened. Santana turned to ask a question. The guitar's weight shifted. His grip loosened for half a second. Maybe he forgot how light it was. Maybe the strap wasn't secured. Maybe fate decided that moment needed to exist. The purple cloud slipped from his hands. Time didn't slow down. Time stopped. Prince watched the guitar fall, watched 30 years of love and craft and memory accelerate toward concrete, watched the neck hit first, heard wood that remembered his father's voice scream as it fractured. The guitar hit the floor. The neck snapped at the headstock joint. Strings exploded. The bridge tore loose. Electronic components scattered. Silence. Complete. Absolute. The kind of silence that exists between heartbeats. Then Santana's voice broken. Oh God, Prince, Prince dropped to his knees, gathering pieces, trying to rewind time. His hands shook. I'll pay for repairs, Santana said, voice between panic and grief. Whatever it costs, it can't be repaired. Prince's voice came out dead. The neck joint is structural. This guitar is... He couldn't say it. His tour manager burst in. Showtime in 18 minutes. 18 minutes until 85,000 people expected Purple Rain, the song that required that specific guitar. The song his father heard in a hospital bed 3 days before dying, whispering, "That's my boy." We cancel, the manager said. Equipment failure? No. Prince stood. I'm going out there. With what guitar? Prince looked at the broken purple cloud. With none. The stage manager thought he'd misheard. You can't do Purple Rain without a guitar. It's impossible. You're right, Prince said quietly. I can't do Purple Rain, but maybe I can do something else. Something my father was trying to teach me the whole time. He walked past them, past the broken guitar, past the safety of cancellation, toward the stage entrance where 85,000 people waited for a show he had no way to give them. Behind him, Santana called out, voice destroyed. Prince, please, take my guitar. Take anything. I'll do anything to fix this. Prince stopped, turned. You can't fix this, Carlos. Some things, when they break, they stay broken. He paused. But maybe broken is exactly what this moment needs to be. Then he walked toward the light. U.S. Festival, main stage, 6 p.m. The lights dropped. The crowd erupted. 85,000 voices screaming Prince's name like a prayer, like a demand, like salvation. Prince walked out. No guitar. Just him. Purple suit, bare hands, and the weight of a promise he couldn't keep. The crowd noise shifted, confusion rippling through the mass. Where's his guitar? Is this part of the show? What's happening? Prince walked to center stage, stood under the spotlight, looked out at 85,000 faces becoming 85,000 questions. He took the microphone, tried to speak. Nothing came out. Tried again. His voice cracked. My guitar broke. The crowd went silent. You could hear wind moving across the festival grounds. 20 minutes ago, Prince continued, each word costing him something. Backstage. The guitar my father built with his own hands. The only one that knows how to play what I feel tonight. It's gone. Someone in the crowd yelled, Get another one! Prince shook his head. You don't understand. Some things can't be replaced. Some instruments carry souls. And when they break, he stopped, breathed. When they break, you can't just grab another one off the shelf. 85,000 people held their breath. I was going to play Purple Rain for you tonight, but I can't. Not without that guitar. That song lives in that wood, in those strings, in my father's hands. His voice broke completely. And now it's broken. And I don't know what to do. What would you do if everything you needed to succeed was suddenly gone? If the thing you'd built your whole identity on shattered in front of 85,000 witnesses? Drop a comment below, because what Prince did next changed music history forever. Prince stood silent for 10 seconds, the longest 10 seconds of his career. Then he made a choice. "I'm going to sing Purple Rain anyway," he said quietly. "No instruments, no production, just voice. And if you want to help me," he paused, "sing with me." He closed his eyes, took a breath that seemed to come from somewhere deeper than lungs, and sang, "I never meant to cause you pain." His voice came out naked, vulnerable, stripped of everything except truth. No guitar to hide behind, no band to support him, just a man singing to his dead father in front of 85,000 strangers. "I never meant to make you cry." For the first verse, he sang alone. The crowd stood motionless, afraid to breathe, afraid to break whatever was happening. Then someone in the front row started singing, soft, tentative. Then another person, then 10, then hundreds, then thousands. By the second verse, 85,000 voices merged into something that wasn't a crowd anymore. It was an organism, a living instrument. They became the guitar Prince lost. The sound was massive, overwhelming, beautiful in ways studio production could never capture. This wasn't performance. This was communion. This was 85,000 people holding one man together while he fell apart. Prince opened his eyes, saw 85,000 faces singing his song back to him, tears streaming, hands raised, voices shaking with the same grief he felt. And for the first time since his father died, Prince understood. Music doesn't live in objects. It lives in the spaces between us, in the breath we share, in the silence before the note. His father hadn't given him a guitar. He'd given him a lesson disguised as wooden strings. The instrument isn't the guitar. The instrument is us. Prince was crying now, singing through tears, the crowd singing with him, a massive choir of strangers becoming family through shared heartbreak. That's when Carlos Santana walked on stage. He carried his own guitar, the legendary PRS that had played Woodstock, that had changed rock history, that had lived through 40 years of music. Santana didn't ask permission, didn't announce himself, just walked to center stage while 85,000 people sang, stood beside Prince, and waited. Prince saw him, their eyes met. No words, just understanding. Santana held out his guitar, not as replacement, as offering. "I broke something sacred," Santana said into his own microphone, voice thick with emotion. "I can't fix it, but I can. I can offer this. It's not your father's guitar, but it's mine, and maybe that means something too." Prince looked at the guitar, looked at Santana, looked at 85,000 people holding their breath. "This is yours, Carlos," Prince said quietly. "Not anymore. It's yours, because you just taught me what I forgot 30 years ago." Santana's voice cracked. "Music doesn't live in objects. It lives in us. And right now, brother, you're the instrument. All of us are." Prince took the guitar, felt its weight, its history, its soul, different from his father's, but no less sacred. He played the first chord of Purple Rain. It sounded wrong, felt wrong. This wasn't his guitar, wasn't his father's hands. But then it became something else. Not replacement, evolution. His father's lesson finding new form. Prince played. Santana sang harmony. 85,000 people became the orchestra. And for 6 minutes, the U.S. festival stage held something that transcended performance. This was alchemy, turning loss into beauty, turning broken into blessed. When the final note faded, silence. Then 85,000 people on their feet. Not applause, something deeper. Recognition. They'd witnessed transformation, death and resurrection in real time. Backstage after, Prince sat with the broken purple cloud. Santana found him. "I'll pay for the best luthier." "No." Prince touched the broken neck. "Keep it broken." "What?" "Some things are meant to break, so something new can be born." Prince smiled through tears. "You didn't destroy my father's legacy, Carlos. You completed it." He didn't mean the wood remembers. He meant we do. Music's memory lives in us, in moments like tonight when 85,000 strangers became one voice. Santana sat beside him, Shared silence. Will you keep it? Santana asked, gesturing to his guitar. Only if you keep these. Prince touched the broken pieces. So we both remember. Years later, Paisley Park visitors saw the broken purple cloud in a glass case, never repaired. The plaque read, "Sometimes we must lose what we love to understand what love really is." In Santana's studio, another case held pieces of the same guitar, a reminder that destroying something sacred can birth something more sacred still. When Prince died in 2016, Santana said, "I thought I'd killed his legacy. Instead, I watched him prove legacy isn't an object you protect. It's a spirit you share." The bootleg recording became legendary. Music schools studied it. It proved the most powerful instrument isn't made of wood or steel. It's made of broken things becoming beautiful together. So what are you holding on to? What object defines you? Prince learned, sometimes sacred things must shatter so we can see what's truly sacred was never the thing itself. Carlos Santana destroyed a guitar, but he built a bridge. Prince lost his father's legacy, but he found his own voice. 85,000 people came for a concert. They witnessed resurrection. Hit subscribe if this reminded you that broken doesn't mean finished. Share this with someone who needs to know. The silence before the song is sometimes the most powerful note. Comment below. What needs to break in your life for something more beautiful to be born? The next untold story is waiting.